Hello again and welcome to another video. Today I am reviewing the brand new Seth Rollins Ultimate and the brand new Rhea Ripley Ultimate. If my voice doesn't sound the greatest, I am battling a cold. So, yay. So let's start off with, why not Rhea Ripley? So, as you can see, it's her black and red gear from War Games 2024? No, 2025, if I'm right. This is cloth, so it's not rubber, as you can see. The detail here on the mask, which is awesome. The B4B, I believe that was standard for Back for Blood. And of how it just goes on, it just grips on with being rubber. The detail of the tattoos, which we'll get into later. On the back, there is her face in the detail of the vest, which is rubber. I'll get into something about this entrance gear once I take it off. There's the company's logo that makes the vest. Cannot think of the name, but that's what that is. Rhea there on that side, and then more of the detail there. She has only a few accessories besides what's on here. Of course, you get hands so you can punch people, I guess. And then a smiling head sculpt. As for the figure, once you take the vest off, if I can get it off, this is where there's really only one problem I've figured out so far. Not the fact that it's a bit of a challenge to get the vest off, is this. As otherwise, I don't know if this is on my copy or if this is many, but the top part is not sewn into or something up here, so it just does that, which is hard to sometimes get it on, because you gotta finagle it all through there, and yeah. But it's still a really good piece. As for the figure, that's where the mask comes off. As you can see, the detail of the cracks and kind of basically cracks. I was gonna say veins, but they're not. Is really good. Of course, no detail on the inside. Why would there? There's some like black line work here on the horns, which is a really nice mask. And also, of course, goes on to the smiling head sculpt as well. As for the figure, there's the regular head sculpt, the detail of the tattoo work, which is awesome because I love wrestlers' tattoos. They have so many great tattoos. Don't exactly know what any of these are, because I don't know. As for articulation, she can kind of look up. The hair gets in the way, she can look down that far. 360, oh. There. 360 at the head. Butterfly joint, so arms can move in and out. Can go up that far. Bicep swivel. Bicep swivel. Double jointed arm. Wrist joint, swivel, and bend. Of course, ultimates can do this. Not the greatest, but they aren't on any ultimate. There. a little better with the 2 joints. And then back is a lot better than front. You get some side to side for the legs. Without the drop down hips, you can get out that far. Once you drop the hips, if I don't break it, because it feels like it's gonna break, you can get better, more like her entrance. You get a swivel here, double jointed knee, which also just realized that in the knee joint, you still get that mesh detailing from the pants kind of things, whatever they are actually called. I need a script. Swivel there, toe bend. Of course, no. For some reason, my copy has the feet joint tight on that side, not on this side, but that's what it will do. Some comparison, I don't got many women's figures. The only one I have is Julia Hart from AEW, which, as you can see, they're relatively about the same height. I'm not for sure how they are in real life. I have not checked. But that's also a really good figure too, with the entrance gear. In my opinion, this is a really good Ultimate Edition figure. The detail is awesome. The tattoo work, awesome as well. Articulation, really good too. And you get a nice entrance gear, which is cloth. Much better than rubber. And as for the hands, like normal, you get them on. You can just swap them in there. And there's one other comparison. If she stays. Where is that one? Oh, let me just figure out where I set that figure. Her husband, Buddy Matthews, or Buddy Murphy, or whatever you want to call him. Of course, they're going to be different in heights, but that is how they would look together if you had these two. This is the 3-pack one with the regular leggings, leggings. That's pants. God damn, I need a script. Horribly. Anyways, so there's Rhea Ripley. Now let's move on to the other one that came in. Seth Rollins, which here he is. An awesome looking figure as well, with a not cloth but nice material for the jacket. If you can kind of see, it's like a not cheetah, but snake skin type, I want to say. And it's got to be one of my favorite entrance gears made into figure format for Seth. I don't know how they did this. It's awesome. It's just as good as this one, which we'll get into comparisons with the 3 Ultimate Editions, I think. He, of course, has accessories, not on the figure. You get 2 hands so you can handshake, or what is he doing, like the long-lived peace Star Trek thing? I don't know. Whatever those are for. his entrance hands, which are Randy Orton ones, but they work for what he does. Then a yelling head sculpt with blonde hair, which is the first Seth Rollins that I have with the blonde hair. Which has like kind of roots kind of style going up. Anyway, as for the figure, let's get the entrance gear off. And then there's the glasses. And here is Seth Rollins, which, if I'm right, the gear is maybe Harley Quinn inspired. I'm probably wrong, but that's what it reminds me of with the black and red. And kind of like opposites. Either way, the gear is just as good as all of his other gears has been. This is not 3D, this is just painted. However, the belt is 3D. And what I mean by that is you can feel it. And he does have his tattoo this time, unlike the other Ultimate Fan Takeover one. Articulation, you can only look up that far. The hair, down that far. You, of course, get this to go all the way around, out to that far. Butterfly joint. A tight bicep swivel. Double bend. Same thing for the wrists. You get that much of ab or gut bend back that far. Can kick out that far for some reason. If I were to bring the joint down, you can get that much. My copy for the drop down hips is a bit tight, but oh well. Get that, splits. The other one does, Rhea does the same too. Double bend with the knee pad, you don't get that much. That's about like as far as you'll get. Boot swivel, bend here, and toe bend. As for comparison with the other Seth, let me get the gear off. I did change this Seth up a little bit by adding elbow pads and gloves. As you can see, there's the two Seths. The head sculpts look to be the exact same, maybe a little bit different for the beard, or that's just paint-wise. I do like this over here with a faded on the side. Sorry about that. And over here is just none. But it does look much darker and more beard-like over here than here. But it is what it is. You can't have the best of both worlds ever. Other than that, the figures are relatively the same besides the gear. The skin tone is a little bit different on camera. Maybe like a shade or so, but you ain't gonna run much problem about that. It don't matter. Articulation is the same on this one. The other the other comparison is with the other one, which, let me just get the arms and heads off that one. I took the head and used it for a custom, and the arms for another custom with the other Seth. So here is This one does not have the back tattoo, nor the chest hair. That's why it looks so bare. But personally, I'd say my favorite out of the main two of the Seth Rollins, not the fan takeover, the regular releases, I'd have to say my favorite of those two, it's really close between these two, of course, because those are the only two. But I'd have to say this one. Maybe it's because it's the newer one to the collection I have, and there might be a little bias there. But you get a awesome piece of entrance clothing, just like this one. And the gear is also really good too, which I like black and red, so I might go with this one as my favorite, just because of the color choices. But this one is still a really good figure. If you have to get one of these two, go with anyone. You would not be disappointed with either or. If you're trying to get like a certain time frame of, I think this was in Raw Netflix debut, I think, go with it. Or if you want this one, which I want to say was from a Money in the Bank show, I think, I'm probably wrong on both, go with that one. But they are still really good figures. And as for Rhea Ripley, since I do not have no other Rhea Ripleys to compare her with, because I'm not really on collecting women's figures for some reason. Don't know why. Should probably. But from what I've seen, a lot of people enjoy the Ultimate Edition, which I can see why, because it is a really good figure, especially on the women's side. And again, the tattoo work is awesome too. And yes, and that's right, I forgot about the head. Then I think I showed that, perhaps. Oh well, don't care. But those are the two of the brand new Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley and Seth Rollins from the latest Ultimate Edition series. Please tell me what you think about these figures, if you even have them. If you don't, I guess go with what you've seen. Still need a script. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, this video is not the greatest. I need it. I need that script horribly. I guess tell me how I did in the comments below. Like, I don't care if you like or not. Comment if you, I don't care. Subscribe, I don't care. That's your choice. I'm not trying to get people to do it. It don't matter to me. Is there any other comparisons I could do? Judgment Day. Sure. Rhea with Edge and Damien. My Damien's broken. Little history about that was, this was the Ultimate Edition Damien arm. Tried to get the hand out, but it ended up breaking in there, so I had to try to pry it out. Did not work, so now he's on the shelf for now. I only have a few figures that I have displayed, which is a short little small Judgment Day display of just, which will now be Rhea included with Edge and Damien, and the other one is a House of Black House of Black display. Being one of my favorite teams, there's the House of Black. Those are literally the only figures I have up on display, which is right up here with the duck. But those are the only figures I have on display. All the others are not, because I actually play with the figures like they're intended for. So as for tight joints, they don't really matter much for me. Now if they're like Let's see if I can find one. I think this one. Yeah. If they're like Elton Prince, hopefully he can return. Where it's quite tight for the knee. For the knee bend, I don't like that. In general, I don't like the pinless joints. Which, Rhea, they're fine. But still probably a little tighter than should be. Anyways, there's Rhea Ripley and Seth Rollins once again. Ultimate Edition. Everything's fallen. Anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I don't care. If you want to, you can. If you want to watch more videos like this that are horribly scripted to the point that there literally is no script, that they're just raw, first take only, go ahead, find the others. They're gonna be just as bad, if not worse. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, probably, whenever I do that. Bye.